This week I should have been getting into the rhythm for writing and building my story, but instead I'm finding that there is no rhythm. Every week is different, so I'm finding that I need to plan my week ahead of time for when I'm going to work on my book. This is mostly working out. Working out. The problem is when I come to a point of the story where I need to be creative to progress, like writing a part of the story that isn't very clearly outlined, or building something that I haven't tried before. I tell myself that I need to get it done by a certain time, but the problem is that when I need creativity, the creativity just doesn't come. Inspiration, unfortunately, cannot be forced. But when I wasn't at a creativity block this week, I was working on this mock. A fairly large city street scene. The idea of this was to mix Roman and medieval architecture, and it sort of worked. I didn't realize during the outlining process that the beginning of the story is mostly buildings and interiors. Though I am a castle/fantasy builder, the buildings themselves aren't really my strong suit, so I'm really looking forward to doing a little bit of landscaping this week. And after last week's procrastination, this week I actually got around to doing some writing. I haven't done anything to develop my writing style or whatever, so I'm basically just learning as I go. I might come back to rewrite these first sections of the book later on. Another thing that I'm having to bear in mind is how much to emphasize the important points of the story. As the author, I have the whole thing outlined in my head and I know exactly where it is going. The reader, however, doesn't know that. I have to reveal the concepts and ideas at a rate that doesn't bury the reader in information too quickly and yet gives them just the amount needed to keep them interested in the plot. You know, I have been wondering whether starting this whole project was a good idea or not, but now that I've actually started writing, I'm sure I've done the right thing. Oh. This week I also made a Facebook page for LWCNZ, where I'll be able to post more frequent updates, as well as the weekly videos. Go give it a like. And that's all for this week. This coming week, I'm going to build that landscape I mentioned, try to bring the writing up to date, and hopefully work on a part of the story which is a little bit less Lego-y. So just give us a subscribe and stay tuned for next week.